Since mazi Nnamdi Kanu sacked or discharged his lawyers, DSS has refused completely anyone coming in contact with him or even try to stay close to him or even try to take pictures of him. DSS will seize your cameras or seize your phone. This is what is actually happening. They don't want anyone coming close to him. And we know that today, which is the day that Omotosho has given him, we all remember that yesterday, Omotosho has given him 24 hours to enter the fence or face whatever consequences that he is going to decide on this case. And we know that a lot is going to happen today because mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to enter his defense because according to him that the court does not have any jurisdiction to try him, and there's no legal law. Yes, that there's no legal law backing or binding what they are trying him upon. Therefore, he's not going to enter any defense. That Omotosho should do whatever he decides to do on this case. Today is going to be terrible. Today is going to be terrible. And again, I don't know what you think will happen to mazi Nnamdi Kanu today in court as he has refused to enter defense. The only thing we have to be doing is to continue to pray for him. And again, there are a lot of secrets that happened yesterday of which some of us did not see. I'm going to leave you to one of our brother who has all the details of what happened in court yesterday. You are going to see details of everything that happened. And please do not forget to like this video, share it and subscribe for more updates. Thank you as we listen to one of our brothers' video. Please, before I leave you with our wonderful brother, mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not refusing to enter defense, but rather the court does not have jurisdiction to try him on this case. And again, there is no existing law to that effect. There is no law that backs all the charges that they have brought against him. Therefore, all the charges are null and void. They do not have power to try him. Let me leave you with our brother for more clarification.
You are aware that mazi Nnamdi Kanu is representing himself in court all this while since the beginning of this month as he sacked his lawyers. And right now, the case is approaching to its climax. And of course, as you are aware, mazi Nnamdi Kanu has refused to defend the case, citing that there is no case against him and the court should go ahead and do what they want to do. But before I get into the case and how today's court session happened and what went on in the court, I want to introduce you to mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court today. This is mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court today. This is mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court. He's already seated. Today's court case was a very closed one. The DSS were all over him. He did not allow anybody access to Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, his entrance was very restricted. As you can see this man, you can see he's blocking him. He's blocking him. You see that man on black suit? You see him on black suit? You see intentionally blocking the camera from getting Kanu and giving the person an eye contact. But of course, the person is a Biafran, formidable. He refused to be shaken by that eye contact, and kept on videoing Nnamdi Kanu. How dare you block us from, having, a glimpse of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu? That is exactly the message that was sent. Because anyhow it is, as long as it's a courtroom, something must happen and we must have a glimpse of Nnamdi Kanu. We block him out from people. We refuse anybody to have pictures of him and videos of him thinking that it's going to happen. Ever since Nnamdi Kanu, sacked his lawyers, and ever since he decided to represent himself, it has caused shivers down their spine. They don't like it because they did not prepare, because they did not see it coming, and they are afraid of the implications that now Nnamdi Kanu is handling this case itself. It is very difficult for them to manipulate. Of course, that is their pain because they cannot manipulate anybody again. Nnamdi Kanu is facing justice by himself. That is exactly what is hurting them. There is no way to manipulate the court again and mislead Nnamdi Kanu, and they are angry about it. So they want to frustrate him. The court started with Omotosho, of course, calling the case. And Nnamdi Kanu filed a 6 orders motion on notice and asking the court to strike out the case, and that is exactly the point the case started. And definitely Omotosho did not give a ruling on that. Definitely it looked as if he had ignored that motion on notice, citing of course that there was no more time to admit any more motions, and maybe he saw it as a strategic method of Nnamdi Kanu to delay his own case or delay the court time. Omotosho asked Nnamdi Kanu to take the stage and defend himself according to the plan that was on for today. But in a shocking twist, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a very strong statement to the whole court. Nnamdi Kanu said this. Listen to this. Before this court, you must surmount the legal thresholds I have raised prior to requesting that I proceed with my defense. You cannot ask me to open my defense when you are unable to specify under which law I am being charged. A review of the records from this court reveals that there is no law supporting the charges against me. Consequently, I request that this court release me. Your Lordship, I implore you to take judicial notice of all records within this court. This is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's response to the court when called upon to defend his case. And he said this because of, like I told you, the motion he has filed, expecting that Omotosho was going to talk about the motion. Perhaps the prosecution was to, debate about the motion before Omotosho gives his ruling on that motion that seeks to strike out the case and, of course, grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu his freedom. But Omotosho did not pay attention to that motion and definitely wanted the case to move on. Nnamdi Kanu was not having it, therefore raising alarm, still telling the court that you cannot keep forcing me. You cannot keep forcing me, to defend this case when I have filed a motion to you asking you to strike out the case. In fact, not only did I do that, I listed all the sections in the Constitution that will guide you in doing that striking out. And there is no place I found that I am worthy, I should be subjected to be standing here defending myself after the shady accusations leveled against me, the 7-count charges leveled against me that I could not understand or even see or even back by law. There is no backing by law for this case, Omotosho. Let me go. That is exactly Nnamdi Kanu's words. Clear. Clear. Legally clear. Still, that is exactly what Nnamdi Kanu said in court today, and the whole court was silently charged. What can you do now without Nnamdi Kanu's defense? Nnamdi Kanu is telling you clear. If you cannot strike out this case at this point, because there is nothing I'm doing here, then you can as well go ahead and do what you want to do. You can as well go ahead, suit yourself, please your masters. It is your court, use it. I'm sure by now he's even wondering why they are not doing, why they don't want to end the case. We are all worried. Because we thought that by now, they would have made the next step. It looks as if they are stalling. It looks as if they are waiting to see Nnamdi Kanu's next move. But he has made a lot of moves for you. He has made moves. Why don't you make your own move? Why don't you make your own move? After Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's words in court, Omotosho decided to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a last chance by adjourning the case till 5th of November, which is tomorrow, Wednesday, to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu perhaps to have a rethink and still feel like defending himself, because all Omotosho wants at this point in time is for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to defend that case. This is what I have to say, and this is me being on the spot. At this point, it is very obvious that there is no willpower for Omotosho or the federal government to end this case. It looks as if there are a lot of money being made in prosecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and many people are not happy that the case is even coming to an end. Many people do not want to end the case. It looks as if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon is a very high-profile prisoner there, and a lot of interest who may seem to keep him there longer, even if at the expense of his justice. It looks as if, like the rumor flying around, that is around 200 million, 300 million, or 500 million naira it takes to prosecute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu every court day. Every court day. If not, tell me, Why would you keep telling someone that has been telling you to go ahead and judge the case? Why are you still pressing him to defend this case? If not because you want to keep dragging the case. There is no reason for the adjournment today. There is no reason. You could have gone ahead to end the case. But you want to keep adjourning because you are Mr. Adjournment, Omotosho. You have been adjourning this case since July. This is November. This is November. You have made no improvement. There has been no progress in your case. That is exactly what is turning into. This court case is turning into a money-making venture for many people. And those are the people who may be advising the government that this case should keep on being prolonged indefinitely, even at the expense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life. Also, secondly, it seems as if the politicians and the elite class, the presidency, the APC, are trying to see how they can use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to play politics. You did not tell me of what use is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to them at this point. Few months ago, many of their political leaders suggested that there was going to be a negotiation between them and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, Nnamdi Kanu came out clearly and told them that his release is not going to be negotiated. His release is going to be purely on merit. He said, do not release me because you want to release me. Release me because the courts have granted my release. Not tomorrow now you wake up and tell me, okay, I released you. Come and help me and campaign. Okay, I released you. Come and help us and do this because we signed agreement. That is never going to happen. If you think that keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the cell, torturing him up and down is going to make him change his mind to support the APC or to start playing politics in Nigeria or to help you big man or this big man or elite, it's never going to happen. It is never going to happen. You've crossed that lane. Not everybody loves this kind of nonsense you do in Nigeria called politics. Not everybody loves that corruption and that oil bribery and whatever you're doing in Nigeria. Some people like it. Some people like it. Even international countries like it. Countries like England, countries like Britain, Finland, they like Nigeria's oil so much. They are ready to do anything, kill anybody for not just oil. But Nnamdi Kanu told you clearly, I am not interested. Why are you keeping me here? You're not keeping him for any case. People in Nigeria, lots of them have cases to answer. They are not even in the prison. Nigeria is not a country that you commit crime and you be afraid. Nigeria is not a country that criminals are in prison. Criminals are in government houses. So don't tell me that Nigeria is trying to prosecute somebody. Prosecute who? The criminals in this country are not even prosecuted. Nigeria, the tolerance for crime in Nigeria is so high. So high. The tolerance for crime in Nigeria is so high. So I don't force when I hear somebody, Nigeria is trying to prosecute somebody. It's always political. Always. There is something in that thing. They use it as leverage. If you have a case against Nigeria, they'll use it as leverage against you. They don't use it to do anything. They don't care about you spending time in prison. Don't come and tell me Nnamdi Kanu committed treason. Nigeria is a sponsor. Nigerian leaders are sponsors of terrorism. Sponsors of terrorism are big men in Nigeria. They are the ones governing the country. They have been governors. They have been senators. They have even gone to the presidency. Those are the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. Where are they? They are in government house. Don't tell me that Nnamdi Kanu did this and did that. You have your reason for keeping him there. And it's nothing to do with what he did or what he did not do. It has nothing to do with the case he won or the case he did not win. It's just a political witch hunt and judicial witch hunt, which must stop. And that is why we are here spreading this message, calling out who should be called out to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu does not spend extra day in that cell again. Those people who are making money on his head, that money will choke you people. That money will choke you. The intimidation is too much. There is so much a man can take. There is so much a man can take. If you don't want him in your country, send him back to Kenya where he was before. Because the Kenyan court has found him, innocent. And they will ask you to bring him back to their country. Nnamdi Kanu has refused to defend himself. It's left for you to take it to the level you want to take it to. It's left for you to do that thing that is in your mind. His lawyers are no more there. He is asking you to discharge him. It's left for you to discharge Nnamdi Kanu. That is the next step. That is the only step, except you already know what you want to do and you are telling him to defend himself, because I know what I want to do. Okay, do what you want to do now. Can't you see the man is no more here? Can't you see that Nnamdi Kanu is no more here? You think he's there? Can't you see his face? Why are you afraid? Are you afraid? You have been following a case, judging a case. It has come to judgment now. You are stressing yourself. Why are you stressing yourself, Motosho? Go ahead, what you want to do. On 5th should be the last day of this court. Clear. Stop dragging this thing and whatever it is. What are you making in this case? This case must end. So that money you are making in this case should end. If you want to appeal it, we will appeal it to the appeal court or whatever you want to do, because we already know what is in your mind.